Welcome back to Outdoor Skills Made Easy. Over time, our ropes tend to get frayed on the ends. And so today we're going to share some techniques as to how to repair those ends. I've got 4 different examples right here. So I've got one that's just a braided rope. We're going to burn the ends of that. The next one, we've just taped a little bit over our sisal. The third one is an end splice that you just braid back into the rope. And the fourth one is called whipping. We'll show you how that's done. We're going to start with our little braided rope. It's just nylon rope. And because we're going to burn it, we're going to put on a safety glove. This has leather on it, so it's not nylon touching hot nylon that might melt together. So just get your lighter, burn the end of that, and then using the end of your fingers, just roll that a little bit. I'm going to give it one more little burn. And we're done. And it's super simple, so you're able to touch that after just a few seconds. We're ready to use that. This one is just a temporary little fix. We just have some electrical tape that's wrapped around there. Not permanent, but it's easy to do. We don't think we need to show you how to wrap tape around a rope, so let's leave that. Now this is a great end splice, and that's more of a permanent solution. This takes a little bit more work. Let me show you how to work your way through this one. To begin, we want to start unraveling our rope so that we can easily see 3 different strands. And if you really want to make it easy on yourself, use some electrical tape and tape the ends. So I've just chosen the red, a yellow, and a white, and we'll start by following the natural twist of the rope and tape that up tight. That'll help as you're weaving your way down your rope. You'll notice that each of these parts of the rope have a little natural twist to it. We want to maintain that. So as we're putting the tape on, we're going to go and use that same direction just to make sure that each of our strands stay tight. So we'll lay it in there, pull tight, and keep that strand tight. Okay, there we go. Now we've identified each of our 3 strands. We're going to get some rope here for each of those strands separated, because we're going to make sure that they're going to go weave back down inside of this rope. So the first thing that we need to do is to tie a crown knot. So you'll notice that as we unravel these different strands, this one kind of becomes the lead for me. So as I turn it over, you can see it's the one behind. I'm going to use that as my lead. So I'll make a loop in that, and I'm going to hold it down. The next one, I'm going to go around this loop. And then the third one, I'm going to come up through it. And we'll slowly and gently just work each of those strands down. And this becomes a crown knot. So now that you've got your crown knot, we're just going to follow this weave. This strand is going to go over and then under the next one. So we'll open that up a bit. Over and under. And then you need to follow the same thing. We're going to go over and under the next one. Once you get the first one down, then everything else will flow smoothly. And finally, you can see that we're going to go over this and out of that one. We'll just and the way that you can see if you're on track, just look at these weaves coming up. You can see they're symmetrical, and none of the strands are coming out of the same hole, so you know that you've done that right. So we'll just go around again and do the same thing. So this time we'll start with white, doesn't matter, but we'll start with white, and I can see that I'm going to go over this one and under this one. We're going to open that up just a little bit, follow it through. Going to rotate it. Now we're going red. You can see that we're going to go under or over this one, under this one. See that weave starting? Rotate it. Now we're on yellow. So you can see that we're going to go over this one and under this one. So we'll open that back up. Now check your weave to see, yep, I've got one coming out of each of these areas. We don't have two coming out of the same hole. So we know we're well on our way. Let's do that one more time. Once you're past the first or second one, it's very easy to start seeing. Just got to open that up a little bit. Round to the next one. Easily see over this, under this. And the third one, over this one, under this one. Okay, since I've got a little bit more, let's see if we can get one more weave out of this just to finish it off. So we'll start with white. Over and under. Go to my red. Over this, under this. And finally to yellow. Over this one, under this one. That's a nice end splice. Now to really hold it together, you just want to roll your rope and let those strands mesh together. You can cut the ends off and roll it a little bit more, and that will just melt into your rope and you'll have a beautiful end splice. Now let me show you the last thing that we've got for you. We're going to whip the ends of a rope, give you another option. So to do this, you just need some twine, and this is just some string that we've actually used our bag method that we use for toilet paper, and we use it for paper towels, but you put it in your baggie and it keeps it from flopping all over. So I've got some twine here that I'm going to just cut, and we'll use that to whip the ends of the rope. So here's the technique for doing this. We're going to lay this along the rope, but basically we'll start with a line along the rope. We'll make a loop in the end, pull this back down, and then we'll wind around the rope till we get to the end, put our traveling end through, and pull it tight. Okay, now we're going to just start by laying that little string along the end of the rope, make a loop at the top, and then we'll bring it back to the end and start working our way up the rope. So you can see just laying that rope side by side. Pretty soon you can start to see a pattern. As we get up to the top here, we're going to put our string through the loop that we left at the top, and then just give it a pull, and we're going to pull it about halfway through and leave it there. Then we can trim off the ends of the string and trim off the end of the rope, and our rope is officially whipped. We hope that you've enjoyed learning about finishing the ends of your rope, and we hope that you'll try it. We hope that you'll join us again at OSME TV.